Hello everyone, I'm Quangxin Li. It is my honor here to introduce program alternatives for reforming the learning experience. The content of my presentation will cover the following four areas: introduction, project background and brief, analysis and evaluation, as well as conclusion. The impact of COVID-19 is not yet completely over. The negative effect of the huge economic cost as well as social cost, and the impact on the way of life and even the mindset of the whole society will continue and even become a catalyst for innovative changes in various fields. The field of education is no exception. From the cognitive mapping, it can be judged design projects should meet the design criteria and the needs of stakeholders. Here are two options recommended on how to reform the learning experience and to meet interests of local students and remotely local students or even abroad, while facilitating the teaching work of local and remotely located academic staff. The first solution is to create a cloud-based learning life by sharing the construction of a cloud platform for educational resources, making the online platform for curriculum resources and live streaming a mainstream teaching platform and constantly increasing the frequency of online distance learning. The aim of the solution is to strengthen students' awareness of independent reading, inquiry learning, and independent thinking. In addition, the post epidemic period still requires attention to reduce human contact. In traditional school, students come from both inside and outside the country and are at greater risk of contact. So, a second solution is develop mini group based learning, building mini groups of teachers and students, one to one or one to one of up to five students to tailor teaching to meet the needs of students. They do not have to gather in large numbers, but at the same time, they can constantly improve their knowledge. Above all, my design solution is aimed to meet the needs of the following key stakeholders. This is transcripts of my interview with one of the local students at the University of Sydney. For students in remote area and overseas, cloud-based learning breaks down the time and space constraints of traditional university teaching in terms of teaching formats. It creates an open and diverse learning space, make it cheaper and this group to learn. When the cost of learning is reduces, students have easy access to more learning resources. At the same time, the distance learning model breaks away from the boring teacher speaks, student listens classroom model of traditional university teaching and enables device-filled and intelligent teaching method. As a result, local students have more time and energy to explore practical content outside of the classroom and go into the laboratory to combine theory and practice through experimental research, resulting in more innovative results. As well, this model allows students to be more proactive and active in the learning process. Students can play back unlimited learning videos, download the course materials, and accompanying quiz questions shared by the teacher and prepare and revise online according to their own schedule. It breaks the traditional face to face interaction format and provides more opportunities for teacher students dialogue. For local academic staff, this model gave more prominence to the role of the teacher who has to upload learning requirements and course materials before class, teach and interact with students instantly during class, and has to upload practice question and mark students after class. This solution bridges the gap between teachers and students for effective communication, and it's real-time and efficient. For academic staff in more remote area, distance learning makes the process of getting to work more convenient, and they do not need to spend more time on communicating to and from work, and their energy can be more focused on improving the quantity of teaching. The technical principle of this solution is not difficult, and the IT support staff are more experienced in this area. Firstly, the teacher sets up online teacher on the computer side and uses the share screen function to synchronize PowerPoint, via lectures and other information to students in real time. Students use their mobile uh, uh, client to open an online meeting room and enter the classroom according to the meeting ID provided by the teacher, learning online through the teacher's shared screen and interacting with the teachers instantly to enhance the classroom experience. Secondly, teacher can use the online contact group for class management, class attendance, online assessment, and correction, class material sharing, and topic discussion before, during, and after class. Teachers can adjust and improve their teaching method and approach according to students' feedback online. However, there are some disadvantages to the use of cloud-based learning as opposed to small-scale interactive teaching. On the one hand, when there is a lack of close supervision, it's difficult for students to concentrate, creating barriers to rapid knowledge acquisition and ultimately less gain. On the other hand, mobile learning is limited by the state of the network, with some students not having a broadband installed in their homes, and traffic costs being prohibitive. As the geographical location of different students varies when network fails riser, it's difficult for the technical staff to solve the network technical problem of each learner in different regions in a timely manner. From the interviews, we can learn that local students need more is not get the most direct learning experience for their teachers. There is no geographical barriers to group learning, so they can continue to carry out experimental research and refine their learning on campus. Different countries and regions have different recognition policies, so students abroad or in the remote area can find local classmates through group learning and pile up so that teachers can better synchronize their learning progress when teaching in front of the group. For local academic staff, they need is to better manage their students in the post-academic. Mini groups make it easier for them to keep track of how their students learn. Well, they live and to be more resilient to risk when the next wave of the epidemic hits. For academic staff in remote area, group learning can divide them into groups in the same or closer area. making it easier for them to get to work without spending more time communicating to end phone work and allow them to focus more improving the quantity of their teaching. IT support staff can use big data analysis to optimize the grouping process so that students in the same group can better complement each other, while building a technology platform to allow different groups to share their learning experience online. Mini groups mean that more teachers and need to be recruited, and therefore the cost of learning increases, which is a learning burden for some students who have not well off. In addition, some students are not very good at dealing with others, and the increased frequency of interaction with peers makes mini group learning unsuitable for them. In summary, the combination of the two solutions can better facilitate the reforming of the learning experience and meet the interest of the majority. Most students enhance their learning accumulation through cloud-based learning, and academic staff in different regions provide real-time and efficient knowledge transfer through cloud-based teaching. And for some students who are more autonomous and willing to communicate and interact, they may choose for a mini learning group at the same time, paired with corresponding teacher to provide target uh, guidance. The uh, the combination of the two options facilitates fine-tuned learning, highlights students' participation, enhance the sense of collaboration, and optimize classroom structure. Thank you. That's all.